Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum and its valuations against Bitcoin, as well as the US dollar. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, with the US dollar, Ethereum is now at $2,300. Made a high this week. For the week currently at $2,400. So seeing some pretty nice moves of Ethereum, but when we look at the Ether Bitcoin chart, we're still a long ways away from the local top that we had in February. So, with that said, let's see how long this run for in April will or what it will look like. As of right now, it looks pretty good. We're up 3% for the week against Bitcoin. Today alone is about 2%. We have been consolidating for a number of days now, and we're just starting to see a little uptick here. And we'll wait and see if this is going to be another repetition of the first week of April, first few days of April, where we saw pretty explosive price movement of Ethereum. What I'd like to see us is to move further and further away from this downward line of support that Ethereum was treating, where it was previous resistance for a majority of the Ethereum's life, and kind of cement this period here as the bottom for Ether Bitcoin of the short term. So I would like to see this continue to move up. However, a lot of things are at play here, right? Bitcoin is a major factor of this. If Bitcoin goes into price discovery, which it technically already has, but we're not seeing that real volatility set in yet, Ethereum would take a hit. Ethereum does not want Bitcoin to be manic. It wants it to be stable. And if it is stable, it's either the rest of the altcoin market or Ethereum moving. Right now, for today, it's Ethereum that's moving. The rest of the market's kind of standing still. But with that said, we're coming into an interesting point into the cycle. I talked about in my Chainlink video of how Bitcoin is, because of its position, and now it's going into price discovery mode now, there are some risks that are more apparent now than there were before. I keep on bringing the monthly RSI. We're at 92.55 now. We're, give or take 1.5 RSI numbers away, or points, if you want to call it, away from 94-ish, 95 on the RSI, where in turn that is a RSI ceiling, the beginning of the RSI ceiling that we know of, which results in a pullback, a cool down of Bitcoin. But it results in a short-term drop to the downside. And so that is the concern. If Bitcoin reaches to that level before Ethereum makes any significant gains, then that is an issue for Ethereum holders. We're now in the position of Ethereum needs to move before Bitcoin gets to that point if we want to see any kind of profits, take any kind of profits from Ethereum at its best positions. That is what we're hoping for. But again, when you're trying to shoehorn your outcome, and it's getting more and more difficult to do so, that the problem is there. That is the problem. We're losing time on Ethereum, not in the grand scheme of the market cycle, but in terms of an upcoming Bitcoin correction. We are running out of time in that sense. You want, or at least I want, Ethereum to move before Bitcoin does that drop, so I can sell some Ethereum either back into Bitcoin or back into US dollars, lower my risk, and so when Bitcoin drops, it's not going to be as hard on my altcoin positions because I've sold a position of mine, which is now back into Bitcoin or back into US dollars. My risk is lower. The risk of my portfolio is lower, and therefore it's a little better. And it's a little better to handle. That is the best case scenario in my mind. Now, Bitcoin can go parabolic from here for all we know. It can also just slowly move up. And if that is the case, then that Ethereum still has a chance at that point, in my opinion. I think that is possible. But we're getting to the point where we're really starting to try to shove square blocks into circle holes, and we're trying very hard to make it fit. And so the scenarios that we're discussing get gradually and gradually more absurd, right? And that's something that you have to be aware of within the market cycle. It's very easy to get sucked into the greed, and so your absurd scenarios of certain assets moving without any kind of indication from other assets, from your indicators, from and the price, that's not smart, and you're succumbing to the greed. So keep yourself in check. I try to keep myself in check, and I realize that even with a good day like today with Ethereum, because Bitcoin is now at $63,000, we made a new all-time high. The chance of a parabolic Bitcoin is now on the table, and that is concerning because Bitcoin can move up to that 95 RSI fairly quickly if it becomes parabolic. And Ethereum gets hit because of the volatile Bitcoin, the Bitcoin valuation will go down. And then if Bitcoin then pulls back because of the RSI top, Ethereum will continue to bleed. So that's bad news bears for your altcoin positions. And so now we're getting into a situation where it's very dicey. Currently, right now, I think the status quo is being held. We saw great movement from altcoins yesterday. We don't see that manic retracement just yet with altcoins, so we're still in the game. But that the thoughts of a Bitcoin correction are now looming in my head, due to the factors that have now just presented itself with the price of Bitcoin now being at $64,000. Um, Again, this could take the span of 2 months for all we know. We simply don't know. But it's important to prepare yourself and to be able to pivot very quickly. Um, and so I it's not financial advice, but for me, I am now trying to think of a plan of if Bitcoin corrects, well, what can I do? Can I sell some of my positions all across the board to increase my cash position in preparation for that? Or should I just hold my portfolio the way it is? If it drops, it drops. My portfolio takes the full brunt of it, and I just wait until it comes back up. Those are some of the couple of the options that I'm thinking about right now. Not really concluded with anything. Obviously, Bitcoin just made its all-time high yesterday, so this is still fairly new. But that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin really starts to gear up, look to Ethereum to start maybe stagnating and starting to bleed. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.